If there's one thing that bothers me, it's when people can't negate the point, so they instead try to use condescending tone to try to labor you in any given situation. Because understanding someone is a little bit hard for these people, and they instead just try their hardest to try to speak in an intellectual tone to make it sound like they know something when they don't know a damn thing at all. And what bothers me about these people is they like to say things like, oh, you're young, you don't know anything, you don't have any experience in this world, oh, you don't know anything about the world because you haven't lived on this world long enough. First of all, 24 years on this earth, which I've been living, is a long time. I've learned a lot from my time on this earth. I know where the clitoris is, as opposed to you, who can't find out where their tax bracket is because you're going to be owing a lot in the next year. So when you say and want to operate in the means of trying to sound like an intellectual, how about instead of sounding like a condescending little bitch, you actually negate the points that have been made directly to you because what you believe or what you state is objectively wrong and you need to get out of your echo chambers. And I saw this video from Locked In with Zaza where she was talking to a guy about political beliefs. I didn't really care about any of that, but he was saying in that condescending tone that they have not lived long enough. They need to go live in this world.
I really don't buy that y'all down with MAGA like that. That's really hard to believe. That I'm not buying that. But you two are young. So
this is the third time that's been mentioned.
People love to say that because
when you're young,
you don't know what we're talking about.
No, it's not even that you don't know what you're talking about, but you haven't experienced life. You know what I mean? Like,
what do we got to experience?
We got to get shot first.
No.
I mean,
no, you don't have to get shot first. You have to live first.
Live through what? Exactly.
Just live. No, I didn't say live through anything. See that.
What might be better to change us and make us communists?
No, that's talk right there. Those are white talking points.
And I got to thinking, and I looked at this man, and I thought to myself, and I said, self, what could he possibly mean by live? Does he mean actually waking up and going experiencing the world? Or does he mean live in the matter and means of how he believes the world perceives him and his life? And the answer was the second one, because you have these people who really think every black person is supposed to be the same and live in the exact same circumstances. Not true. Some people live in poverty. Some people live in middle class. Some people live in complete luxury. Yes, despite all the weird talking points from the wannabe intellectual blacks and the white savior whites, there are black people who make a lot of money. You're looking at one of them. And what's weird is you have some individuals, I'm going to show you one of them in a second, that like to think white people just got the automatic gate key to success, and they can't fathom that they see white people homeless or poor.
White and homeless? See, no, I need a little more explanation. I need a backstory on that because this shit don't even seem real. So you mean to tell me y'all had a 400-year head start here, and you still end up dropping the ball? And now you asking me for money? Man, get the fuck. I know you, cause like being white and homeless at the same time is crazy. I can see if you black and homeless, okay? Because there's a lot of shit that
You do realize that in this world, everybody ain't got the cheat code. Everybody ain't got a family member with a lot of money. Everybody isn't born into inheritance. Everybody isn't born into wealth. There are people who are born into poverty. There are people who have money and they blow it because they are not financially responsible. And that ain't a white thing. It ain't a black thing. It's your stupidity thing, because you seem to think life is some weird video game catered towards one skin color and one skin color only, yet you negate everybody else who's making a lot of money while you sitting there paying $500 a month on a car you wanted to fake flex for because it was important for you to look good for some pussy.
I see this sentiment a lot on my posts, and here's the deal. Race baiters constantly assure us that white privilege doesn't mean your life hasn't been hard. It just means skin color isn't one of the reasons your life has been hard. But then there are clowns like this who clearly believe that if you're white, your life hasn't been or shouldn't have been hard. So even the people who made up white privilege can't actually agree on what it is or what it looks like, because it's almost like it was made up and doesn't exist. Secondly, this man is racist. If your thought process is you're poor, you're struggling, and you're black, well, obviously, talk about the soft bigotry of low expectations. And if your reasoning is because of slavery, and again, there were black slaveholders and white slaves, but if your reasoning is because of slavery or anything else in the past, well, then I guess in your mind, black people are always going to struggle because we can't go back and change the past. Lastly, these people are cognizant enough to realize that you can be white and seriously struggling in America, and yet it doesn't dawn on them that, oh, maybe white privilege doesn't exist. No, instead they blame white people because they had a 400-year head start. The idea that every white American has family that's been here since since the beginning and has been accruing and passing on wealth is just as absurd as the idea that we owe Black Americans today anything.
Living on social media, where you get all the most generic hot takes about every single skin color, paints a weird perception of reality for you once you step off your phone and go outside and touch the gravel and the grass. You will understand that a lot of what you see on TikTok and Twitter is not the rest of the world. So how about you, instead of believing what you hear from the random four-eyed nose ring girl who smokes a lot of weed, wanting you to understand that she's a powerful Black queen?
What's up, aspiring anti-racist? This is just a friendly reminder for you that saying that I didn't know what to say, so I didn't say anything. I didn't know what to do, so I didn't do anything. I didn't want to cause more harm, so I just didn't say anything is absolutely 100% unacceptable in 2023. Unacceptable. Unacceptable. So please stop saying that. Please stop putting it in the comments on Black creators and educators' videos. Please stop telling us this. It is the weakest excuse that I've ever heard in my entire life. Just say I don't care. Just say I didn't really care. I didn't care enough to say anything or do anything. At least then it would be honest. I understand the desire to stay safe and not be harmful, right? And not hurt anybody. But it's harmful when you're not saying anything and you're not doing anything and you're allowing these things to be done, because that's harm in itself, right? Allowing the harm to happen is harm. So if you don't know what to say and you don't know what to do, then you need to invest in anti-racism education so you can learn what to say, so that you can avoid causing unintentional harm. Am I not here every day telling you I've created a program, I've created trainings for you, I'm providing education for you? Go to that link in my bio. Stop with this excuse. It's weak, it's tired, it's old, it's played out. Let's stop. Okay? Do you want to unlearn racism? Do this. I'm going to break down a simple formula to help you unlearn the anti-Black racism that you've been taught throughout your entire life. The great thing about this formula is you're already doing it every day anyway. But first, some questions for you. Have you ever been uncomfortable before? Have you ever made a mistake before? Have you ever embarrassed yourself before? Have you ever changed your mind about something before? Have you ever thought one way about something, but through education, listening to other people's experiences, and personal maturity, you realized that your old way of thinking was wrong, so you changed your mind about it? If you said yes, you understand that these are all normal parts of life. It's also nothing to feel bad about. The challenge here is for you to let go of trying to look good or appear good to other people and stop caring about what other people think of you. Forget about all that. Listen. You can't learn and grow in life without being open to learning new things, investing in your education, applying what you learn, making mistakes, learning from your mistakes, apologizing for your mistakes when needed, making a commitment to do better, taking risks, being okay with looking foolish to others, gaining more confidence through a continuous cycle of being open to learning new things, investing in your education, applying what you learn, learning from your mistakes, apologizing for your mistakes when needed, making a commitment to do better, taking risks, and doing it all over again is really the formula for living a life that's filled with growth and maturity, positive outcomes, and transformation. Most people have no problem understanding and applying this formula with any and everything in their lives, except for when it comes to anti-Black racism. For some reason, when it comes to anti-Black racism, a wall goes up, you shut down and start yelling, I'm a good person. I can't be racist. I'm a good person. What a missed learning opportunity for you. Once you understand that the anti-Black racism that you've been taught has been directly and indirectly taught and communicated to you through systems, structures, institutions, laws, policies, and social practices, not just through your family, personal relationships and interactions, a whole new world will open up to you. Apply this same formula that I just shared to help you unlearn anti-Black racism. Remember, you don't have to agree or like the fact that you've been taught anti-Black racism in order for it to be true. Focus your energy on getting more educated about it, on learning it, and you'll see just how insidious anti-Black racism is and how it shows up in your life in numerous ways every single day. Are you ready to learn more? Sign up for my Anti-Racist Conversations Confidence Challenge training series today. It's a 3-part training series that will teach you how to
or a delusional white woman trying to cater to a bunch of black people who still don't like her. You instead actually go outside and live an experience that is not catered to your weird political beliefs, your weird fixations on whatever you deem responsible for a race to actually live. You actually want to get and garner information about other cultures, and you actually be a, I don't know, decent human being who exists not in the realm of stupidity, but in the realm of common sense, where I can inseminate my seed into you so that you don't sound like a babbling banshee, but you instead sound like a reasonable human being, so that you don't, once your little fifis get hurt, sound like a condescending little bitch who wants to tell people to live an experience, and you need to garner some experience in the world, because that sounds like somebody who hasn't lived out of their own echo chambers and who wants to hide in a ball of their own insecurities. I wish that more people who share my skin color, even though I am the sexiest of the skin color, would step outside, but a lot of them won't, because it's important for them to feel validated instead of actually living in fucking reality. And with all that being said, subscribe to the channel, my poor disenfranchised whites. Even though I can't see you, I've been told that all of you are nothing but evil white people, and I get on my knees and cater to you, because instead of negating the fucking point, all you want to do is whine like bitches. See you in the next one. Goodbye.